This week, an AI rewrote the GPU code that runs its own company's models and cut the bill by 20%. Another one took 10 math problems that had gone unsolved for decades, a few of them for far longer than that, and just solved them. For a while now, people have promised that AI will start doing real science and engineering, not just write our emails. This week, that promise started to feel more realistic, so let's go through what happened in a bit more detail. Quick intro if you're new here. This is Towards AI, and we're good at two things: training AI engineers and deploying AI solutions at scale. Let's start with the engineering side. OpenAI did something that would have sounded like a joke a year ago. It put its best model in charge of making its own systems cheaper to run. The model, GPT-5.6 Sol, studied OpenAI's live traffic, retuned how requests get routed, and rewrote chunks of the low-level GPU code that runs the models. That's the kind of deep optimization that normally takes specialized engineers weeks to do. Humans stayed in the loop and checked everything, but the work itself was done by the model. The result was a roughly 20% cut in what it costs OpenAI to serve its models, and their inference bill runs into the billions of dollars a year. So we're speaking about hundreds of millions of dollars in cost reduction. So it's safe to say that AI meaningfully lowered the cost of running AI, which means the tools are starting to improve themselves, which is quite a stepping stone. And then there's the math and science side of things. OpenAI revealed an unreleased model, codenamed Astra, that solved or made real progress on 10 open problems in mathematics and computer science. But pay attention. These weren't textbook problems. They were real ones that experts had been stuck on for a decade or more, in fields like geometry, group theory, and cryptography. And for each result, Astra wrote out a formal proof in a system called Lean, the kind a computer can check line by line. So you don't have to trust OpenAI and you don't have to trust the model. You can verify it mechanically. That turns the AI says it's right into the math checks out. They reportedly spent about $2,000 per problem, though no one's mentioned how many got that budget and produced nothing. So keep a little healthy skepticism. And to be fair, none of the truly famous unsolved problems got sorted out, and none of this is peer-reviewed yet. But still, as a sign of where this is heading, it's hard to ignore. On top of all that, a price war broke out. OpenAI slashed the price of one of its fast models by 80%. DeepSeek shipped a model that does serious agentic and coding work for about 28 cents per million tokens, a fraction of what that would have cost a year ago. So the direction is clear. Capability keeps climbing, and the price of using it keeps falling. Looking at these major three things that happened this week: AI cutting the cost of running AI, AI that produced verifiable math, and the price of intelligence dropping again. They're all connected by one idea: verification. The GPU rewrite was checked by a sanitizer. The math was checked by Lean. That kind of cheap and exact checking is what lets you trust an AI working at the very edge of what humans can do. When you can verify the output automatically, you can let models attempt harder things, run more of them, and keep only what works. So if you're building, the takeaway is simple. The cost of trying is collapsing. So the teams that win will be the ones that get good at checking. If breakdowns like this are useful to you, consider subscribing to our newsletter, especially if you're an engineer who'd rather understand the trade-offs than the hype. It's where we go a lot deeper than we can in a few minutes here every single week. Links in the description. See you in the next one.